Hello guys, it's Dmitry here, and today I would like to discuss about another topic. It's called switch statement. So, do you remember guys, couple of times we discussed about if statement, and like realistically guys, if statement has there are some alternatives to if statement, and switch statement is one of them. So why I would like to show you guys this switch statement, because this approach is much neater compared to if statement, and in many cases uh, this statement can be used instead of if statement. Okay, let's jump into that guys. Okay, first of all, in order to use switch statement, we have to use switch key, switch keyword. Then we have to use brackets, and then the actual body curly braces. So that's where logic going to be defined. And as you probably already guessed, in the brackets, I'm going to specify the actual, the actual thing or parameter that I'm going to use, or define the not just logic, but the condition going to be used based on the past parameter. And I'm going to define a variable. I will call it company, and I will call it Boeing, and I will explain you later on. And if you get it, I'm sure you will get it, why I'm using it. Oh my goodness, I cannot spell Boeing correctly. Boeing. Finally. Cool. So now I'm going to pass this company here. So guys, and now so with switch statement, or with switch keyword, we have to also use keywords like case. And the case literally, if you basically say if the company is equal to, in case if company is equal to something, then execute something, right? So, and obviously here I'm going to say if it's equal to Boeing, then I have to use semicolon. Sorry, just column, not semicolon, just column. And then the actual logic, right? Or what I have to do if this condition was, or this requirement was, how to say, if this was satisfied, right? Sorry, I tried to find the right word. Anyway, if it's satisfied, then I'm going to do console.log, and I'm going to say this company, or I'm going to say different thing. By the way, do you remember guys? We have to use this / in order to exclude. So otherwise, it's not going to work with this string, right? So we always have to use it in order to tell JavaScript that the first character here just treat it as a part of a string. Anyway, it's just repetition kinda. It's American Aviation Company. Here we go, guys. So essentially, once again, I'm passing this value Boeing, and I'm saying if the parameter that was passed, or the value of this parameter, is equal to Boeing, then execute this piece of code. And then guys, another thing is we use the keyword break at the end. Oh my goodness, break. Cool. So in this case, after executing this line, we'll stop execution, right? Okay guys, and now the next condition, I'm going to say if the company is I would say Airbus, right? It's another aviation company. So if I'm saying Airbus column console.log, and I'm going to say it's European company. Here we go. So okay, cool. So, and don't forget break keyword, and I misspelled, of course. Cool. So, and now I'm going to define another company. I'm going to say key. I'm not sure, guys, if you know, it's another. It's a Russian company, actually, aviation company. By the way, aviation company. So now I'm going to say Tupolev, which is a Russian aviation company. Console.log. It's Russian aviation company. So cool. And now break. Come on. Okay, I forgot it here. Cool. And guys, the last thing is I'm going to specify one more thing. I have to type this keyword default. And idea is, guys, if none of those values satisfy the requirements, then we're going to execute, or we're going to come to default and just going to execute the default logic. And I'm going to say here console.log. I'm going to say otherwise it's unknown company. So, and that's it. Okay, guys, let's see. Boring. Like realistically, it should log out this string, right? It's American aviation company. Here we go. It works. So now let's define, I don't know, I would say just private, whatever private company, which is again Boeing, Airbus. In all of them, they're not satisfying, right? All of these companies, they're not satisfying, the like are not equal to private. So essentially, the logic should the program going to be executed, and it will hit this part, and essentially a known company should be shown over here in terminal. A known company. Here we go, guys. And one more thing to verify. Let's type Tupolev, which is Russian company. And it should be Russian company, right? It's Russian aviation company. So guys, that's how switch statement works, right? And you can see, guys, it's much neater compared to if statement, because can you imagine if it would be if statement, if I use if statement, right? I have to define like 1, 2, 3 if statements and then else, right? Otherwise else. So it's like, trust me, it would be much verbose compared to this logic. And again, this logic is much neater, and I just believe it's not it looks nicer, and like probably for some software developers it's much easier to read it compared to bulky if statements. But yeah, both cases are legitimate and you can use both of the approaches, but in many cases I prefer to use switch statement instead of if statement. I think, guys, I have to wrap up, and it's enough for this tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and please like it, and please, if you follow my videos and if you haven't subscribed yet, just feel free to subscribe. And thank you very much, guys. I see you in next tutorial. Bye bye.